time, weather, and...
Hello and welcome to Driving with Todd. And I'm Todd. Hello everyone. I've been listening to my Johnny Rivers albums. I pulled out one from 1965 called Meanwhile Back at the Whiskey A Go-Go. He had done a lot of live albums at the Whiskey A Go-Go in his early days. As I'm listening to that album, Johnny sings Parchman Farm. I didn't realize he did that song, and it's a blues song, but he does it in his standard Johnny Rivers live rock and roll style, which I thought was very unique. As I'm listening to it, I'm going, there's a lot of bands that covered the song Parchman Farm, and I have a lot of those albums. And I thought, well, I don't know anything about the song, so let me find out about it. So I went to Wikipedia, and sure enough, there's a page for Parchman Farm. The song was originally written in 1940 by a person by the name of Buka White. Now, Buka spent time at the Parchman Farm in Mississippi for causing a crime. And the song is about his experience at the Parchman Farm. Well, in 1957, another artist by the name of Mose Allison took the song, restructured it, and changed a lot of the lyrics, thus giving it his take on the song Parchman Farm and him getting the writing credits for the song. He released it in 1957 on an album called Local Color. That's the version that is most often covered by different artists. So I thought, well, let's take a look at who all covered this song, because I know there's a lot of artists that did. Well, Georgie Fame covered it in 1964, along with the Nashville Teens. They covered it in 1964 as well. Johnny Rivers, as I mentioned, did a cover of it in 65, while John Mayall and the Blues Breakers with Eric Clapton did a cover of it in 1966. What I thought was interesting is Bobby Gentry did a cover of it in 1968, and I must have a copy of that because I have all the Bobby Gentry albums. Johnny Winter did it in 1969, and Blues Image did a cover of it in 1970. Hot Tuna did a cover of it in 1990, and so on and so forth. So I thought it'd be fun to take two artists who have done that song and compare them, because what I find is there's no artist that does it the same way. They'll use the lyrics and then they'll add their own structure to the song in how they produce music. The first group that I want to look at is Blue Cheer. Now, Blue Cheer comes from San Francisco, and they're kind of known as maybe the first heavy metal band. They have a very loud, ruckus guitar sound, heavy drumming, heavy bass, and the singer sort of yells out the words. And they have a feel for blues and psychedelic as well. So I thought it'd be fun to listen to the Blue Cheer version, which I have. And that actually came out on their first album. Now, what I thought was kind of interesting is when I looked up their first album, it says that the name is actually Vincebus Eruptum, not Vincebus Eruptum. So for over 50-some years, because I bought this album in 68, I've been calling it Vincebus Eruptum, because it's C-E-B. But it says it's Vincebus, so the C is a K sound. Well, I just thought I'd bring that up, because I've been misnaming it for years and years and years. So it comes on the album Vincebus Eruptum, which has their big hit Summertime Blues on it. And that was released in January of 1968. The other one that we're going to take a look at is Cactus. Now, Cactus was formed from Vanilla Fudge breaking up. Tim Bogart, the bass player for Vanilla Fudge, and the drummer, Carmen Appice, formed Cactus. They brought in a guitarist by the name of Jim McCarty. And Jim McCarty was with Mitch Riders and the Detroit Wheels, and he had been with the Buddy Miles Express. They brought in a lead vocalist by the name of Rusty Day, who had been with the Amboy Dukes, which was Ted Nugent's band. So this was kind of one of the early supergroups. And they released the song on their first album called Cactus, which came out in 1970. So we're going to start out with Blue Cheer doing Parchman Farm. They actually called it Parchman Farm instead of Parchman Farm. And Cactus doing their cover where they actually did call it Parchman Farm. So here's Blue Cheer doing Parchman Farm.
Parchman Farm. I've been sitting over here on a Parchman Farm. I've been sitting over here on a Parchman Farm. Ain't never done nobody no wrong, no. But Lord, I'll be here for the rest of my life. Lord, I believe I'll be here for the rest of my life. Lord, I believe I'll be here for the rest of my life. All I did was see my wife. She was no good. I've done picking that cotton in 11-foot sacks, yes I have. I've done picking that cotton in 11-foot sacks, yes I have. I'm done picking that cotton in 11-foot sacks. A goddamn shotgun at my back,
yeah. Okay, love this. Love that first album. I love the Blue Cheer first album. It's just fantastic. The whole thing is like this. And it's really, really heavy. And what I like is the way the lead guitar comes in. It's got that kind of psychedelic sound to it, but it's still drives the song. It's a woo, you know, it's got that kind of real fuzzed out sound to it. And then the lead singer is just yelling out the lyrics, to try to overpower the sound of the drums, the bass, and the guitars to get above that sound. Just really intense version of this song. Let's keep on going. just just stop it right here a second. That instrumental break was interesting. I mean, how many times did they change on that song? I mean, they come out of the regular song, and then they go into this break, and they get the guitar going crazy. Very cool psychedelic guitar. I mean, it's just, that's just a freak out right there. And then they kind of stop. That bass guitar comes in, then the drums come in, then it gets heavy, then the guitar comes back in again. I mean, the change ups that they had in that instrumental break were unique, and it was kind of cool because back then I think there was a lot of that. A lot of groups would just like go off into a different tangent and then come back into the song. And I don't know if they do that today anymore, but that was big back then, where you could take a group, they'd start the song out, and then all of a sudden they go off onto a tangent in the instrumental break, but they then bring it back in and then get back into the song like what they're doing here. Excellent, excellent. Let's keep on going.
Here on the Parchman Farm, ain't never done nobody no wrong, no. I'll be here for the rest of my life. Lord, I believe I'll be here for the rest of my life. Lord, I believe I'll be here for the rest of my life. All I did was shoot my wife. I've been sitting over here on the Parchman Farm. I've been sitting over here on the Parchman Farm. I've been sitting over here on the Parchman Farm. All I did was shoot my arm.
Oh, cool. That's just a great version of that song. It's just wild. I mean, it's just wild. It's almost unstructured. It's like they start out with sort of a structure, even though the guitars, especially the lead guitar, doesn't quite fit in with the melody of the song. It's just there, and like I said, he's kind of yelling out the lyrics, and then they get into that instrumental break, which is just wild. I mean, to me, that's just wild. It's just all over the place. And then they get back into the song, and even at the end, that guitar piece at the end was just like very psychedelic, but almost didn't fit in with the structure of the song. I mean, they're almost like an unstructured, structured heavy metal psychedelic band. I mean, that's just I don't know how else to put it, but cool version of Parchman Farm. And like I said, the lyrics are kind of cool. He didn't do anything wrong. All he did was kill his wife. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. At least in his mind, there was nothing wrong with that. So anyways, that was Blue Cheer doing Parchman Farm. Just a wild version of that song. I think that's probably the most wild version of that song. Anyways, what now we're going to do is listen to Cactus do their interpretation of the song Parchman Farm from their first album called Cactus.
Set
Now this version is like at 100 miles an hour. I mean, it's hard rock blues, really heavy guitar. That drummer is drumming. I mean, Carmen is drumming at about 100 miles an hour on this song. The bass player too, Tim Bogart's on the bass, and the singer kind of doing the same thing how Blue Cheer sang the song, kind of just yelling the lyrics out. But fantastic version. I mean, this sucker is moving so fast. You take the Blue Cheer version, which was wasn't real slow, but it wasn't fast. It was kind of medium, let's say, and very psychedelic, very heavy. And then we get into this, and it's hard rock, and it's driving at 1,000,000 miles an hour. They're in a Lamborghini going down the highway, just really fast. Very cool. Let's keep on going. Wow! I'm worn out listening to that version. I'm worn out. Wow, that sucker just cooked. Just cooked. At the end there, I'm thinking the lead singer sounds a little bit like the lead singer in Black Oak, Arkansas doing Jim Dandy. That's kind of what my mind was going to as I was listening to the end of that song. Fantastic guitar work. Instrumental break was excellent with the harmonica player and then the harmonica playing against the guitar player. Just kind of cool stuff again. As I mentioned in my introduction, each one of these bands takes this song and really makes it their own. They just put their own little twist, their own little style into the song. As you can hear by these two groups, these two versions were so different, yet they were similar because they had the same melody and the same lyrics, or very close lyrics. The Cactus changed the lyrics up a little bit to how Blue Cheer did their version. But this was fantastic. Love the drumming, especially Carmen at the end had a little bit of a drum fill at the end there, a little bit of drum solo at the end of the song. I mean, yeah, you had a little bit of everything in this. What is it, 3-minute song? they put a lot of stuff into this 3-minute song, but it was fun. I mean, this is a cool version, and I had both these albums when I was a teenager, and loved both of them. I mean, they're both really good albums, but their versions are so different. And if I would take any of the other versions that I had mentioned earlier and put them against these, you'd see that those weren't anything like these as well. They're just always different. So, but this is cool, comparing two different versions of Parchman Farm. You know, we got Blue Cheer and then against Cactus. Kind of neat. So I hope you enjoyed it. If you did enjoy it, hit that like button. That'd be really appreciated. If you have any comments about Blue Cheer or Cactus doing the song Parchman Farm, put in the comments below. That'd be really appreciated. Now I'm going to take a link to both videos and put in my description below. The videos weren't much. It was the covers of their albums, but it's the songs that you want to hear. So if you want to hear the songs again, click on those links. They'll play all the way through, and I won't be stopping them this time. I'm also going to put a link to the channels that uploaded both videos. You can check out those channels, see if there's something else you want to watch. Now, have you subscribed to Driving with Todd? If you haven't, why don't you do it right now? Just go below my video, hit that subscribe button, and you'll be making me very happy. If you go over here and ring the bell, you'll get updates to my latest videos. Like I said, I heard Johnny Rivers do this and it was like, that's really a different version of that song. So I thought, let's listen to some more and see how different each band can do it. And as you can see, no two groups does this song the same. So this put a huge smile on my face. I'm hoping it put a huge smile on your face. And peace out, baby.